Light ducks. Guys, how you doing? This is Charles, and this is Fish Hook Outdoors Live. And this is a Wednesday night. I'm in Florida shooting this week and next week. I'll be in Florida. Well, we got started about 10 minutes late tonight because we had some serious internet issues. It was down and finally came back up. So sorry about that. Mr. NB, how you doing, brother? All the way from British Columbia. Well, we are having a great time here down in Florida. How you doing, hon? That's my daughter, Jonna. Well, we are having outstanding, believe it or not, we're having outstanding weather here in Florida, 60s to hit a high of 80. When it gets up that high, it feels blistering. Mr. Red on on an open fire. It's coming. It's coming. I've got trout. We're going to do that in Tennessee on an open fire. So, Mr. Red, I didn't forget about you, brother. I remember you asked about that. But we are having a good week so far. We just finished this afternoon broadcasting a really cool cooking video. That's my honey. Yes, our hot winter. Oh, yeah, it's a hot winter. They don't really have winter here in this part of Florida. I'm in the Tampa Bowl area, and there's no winter time here. Not like we're used to up north, and I mean Tennessee or north of Tennessee. NB knows all about it. How you doing, Mr. Tom? All the way from Carrollton, Virginia. Yeah, take you some warm weathers. I know it. I like it and I don't. I must say this. Let me go off on weather for a minute. I love my seasons. In Tennessee, we really don't get a good fall because it goes into really cold. Or we get a mediocre winter. We don't get a winter. We get a fall. And spring is ridiculous because you get about 2 or 3 weeks, maybe halfway nice weather. And then guess what? It rains. It's just miserable. So, and then it gets extremely hot in summer. Can't wait to get in. Summer is the most overwhelming season. It's the most overwhelming season. So what are you going to do? But I love cold weather. And if you dress for it, there's so many things to do outdoors between hunting and ice fishing and fishing even on open water. It's awesome. It's awesome. And if you pack right and use light clothes, you want Gore-Tex, a really good Gore-Tex lining. You can get light stuff. I bought some really good rain jackets from Columbia that were double lined, very light hoodies, and it gives me freedom out there when I'm fishing or hunting. I've got mobility, and I don't mind fishing even in the pouring down rain. I don't want to be soaked. And these are really nice stuff. I've got waterproof boots. I bought different ones now online. I got some deals on some Ariat boots that are totally waterproof for hunting out in the field. So it'll be comfortable out there. If your extremities are taken care of and you're not sopping wet, you can withstand anything and really have a great time. But today we just finished a really cool cooking video. All I'm going to tell you, it's very cheesy. It's delicious. So we're expanding our borders. We've got some other ones coming in this week. We've got several more broadcasts. We're going to be getting some really cool cooking videos out this week. At least produced, and then they're going to get in the queue and start coming out. Well, we've had, I want to talk about, you're going to love this one. We went fishing this week. The first time I took a cheesy video. Yeah, not with a lot of good Parmesan cheesy video. But let me back up a little so I'll give you a little background. I do a lot of fishing down here, and in one of my trips fishing, we're weight fishing for jacks and so forth. Yes, I remember you. How you doing, mister? Let the audience know, Mr. Keep It Clean Edits, where you're from. I met some really cool. I meet nice people when I go fishing. I make a lot of friends wherever I go. Well, I met a really cool guy, Chance McGriff, and I hope he's watching because I want to talk about him. And he has a wonderful wife named Ashley. We hit it off good fishing, wade fishing together, and then I invited him to come out on my boat, and so we hooked up, and we took my boat out yesterday. I've got a 22 and a half foot. It's a 22 LTS Hydrosport center console that I keep down here in Tampa Bay. Well, we took it out on Tampa Bay. This is the first time I've been on Tampa Bay, and I've been talking to you guys that I really want to go fishing in Tampa Bay, and I want to get started on that and get into the grouper and the snapper bite there and everything else for that matter. Well, it turns out that we had a difficult time in the morning catching bait. Chance was throwing my 10-foot cast net, and we're underneath the bridge that leads to the Skyway and casting for bait. And finally, we got ourselves pretty much a live well full of white bait and some pinfish and some greenbacks. All right, we went out a little farther from there. I don't think we went more than 2 or 3 miles. How you doing, Justin? All the way from Maine, from Bangor, Maine. I mean, oh boy, now I'm gonna forget. But he's from Maine, my buddy. And anyway, we went out there, and everything was going good out there. And then we just come up to the first rock pile, and we're fishing the edge of a channel, the big shipping channel out there, Wiscasset. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Justin knows what I'm talking about. And lo and behold, my on my rear end, my forward gear, it was grinding. It would go in. This is the first time I've never had this kind of problem with the engine. It's a 2001 boat, and I got it from my new father-in-law, my wife's stepfather. Anyway, make a long story short, we fished for about an hour before that forward gear didn't want to go. This can happen to any one of you guys. So listen, first things first. I always preach safety. You know that. Well, have insurance. Have current insurance and have good insurance that gives you unlimited towing. I've got mine with Travelers. They did a great job. They beat Boat US, which is owned by Geico, which is owned by Berkshire Hathaway, which I want to get away from. I don't want to be under his umbrella. Nevertheless, we're fishing out there a while, and I couldn't stay in the channel because I couldn't really. The reverse would work no problem, but I can't go reverse all the time. And thank God it was a perfect day. This was a fish day. Immediately, Chance caught a nice grouper. And anyway, yeah, 4 miles. Yeah, I didn't want to. This was too far to go back, and I didn't want to go reverse. It didn't have no get up and go to reverse. So, and then there's a slight chop on the water. It's totally different than fresh water, and it was a pain. Becca, how are you? Nice to have you on board. And anyway, we fished for about an hour because we came out to do it. We really had a blast together. We were able to just share a little bit about each other's life. I got to know his wife, very wonderful lady. And his 3 kids were being babysat by his grandmother, so it was a great day for her to get out. And we totally enjoyed ourselves. And then I had to make the plunge and call my insurance. And within about an hour, we got another hour of fishing in, but just piddly stuff because we were away from, I had my electronics on, and solid rocky formations is what you're looking for, piles of rocks all over, and to try them. And that's what we were going to do, rock hunting and pile hunting, and just start hitting them and see where these fish are hanging out. But I thought it would be off to a great start when he caught that first grouper, and then lo and behold, there we go. This happened. So we spent we didn't get back to the dock till probably closer to 2 o'clock. It took a little while, and I've got that video coming out, but it's not over, but it's to be continued. They're working on it now. And one good thing about it, listen, have a good mechanic that you trust. And I stayed there a little bit with him this morning as he took the lower rear end apart. And thank God it was really no mechanical failure. What it turned out to be was my seals were shot in the lower compartment where the shift lever engages with the propeller shaft. And he showed me it. And it was really, it's not a bad fix. He ordered, these are OEM seals, and it's standard maintenance, a lot of corrosion. This is a salt environment. And you know, the water always washes the prop back there. So it's inevitable that eventually seals are going to not withstand the salt water anymore, that pressure, and water's going to get in. Nothing was busted that I know of, and they said they would call me. So hopefully tomorrow, if it's fixed and tested, I'll be back in the water on Friday of this week and resume a good video out on Tampa Bay. So these are some of the things that can really happen. I'm going to make the screen a little wider. I can't see everybody's remarks. And this can happen to anybody. Thank God. I mean, my coverage with travels is 75 miles out on the coast, anywhere in North America. I'm not going to be 75 miles out with my boat or anybody's boat. I'm not that gun ho. Now, Chance, the kid grew up fishing, had his own commercial business, and he would be nothing for him to go 60, 80, 90 miles out and spend days out there. I can't, my stomach doesn't handle that. I am not allowed to handle. My stomach will not allow me to handle stuff like that. So, but have good insurance. And thank God we were close and sure. It wasn't even bad weather. But all in all, everything is about attitude. We had a great attitude. Chance and his wife handled it. Chance, I'm taking my hat up to you. We had a great time with you. I had a great time with you and your wife. And we're going to continue this and do more videos. And you guys will get a chance to meet Chance. Very knowledgeable young guy that really knows the water, knows his fish, was raised up there with his dad and his family. And his wife, she's right behind him. So it was a very enjoyable day. And it's just nice. You really do meet, even like on this channel now, I might be hooking up with Mr. Keep It Clean Edits here. He's in Clearwater. So if I'm in your area, and I keep you guys posted where my whereabouts are, and you guys are around there and you want to hook up and do fishing, I would, if I can swing it, I'm going to do it. I'll make myself available. So hopefully we can hook up here. He's supposedly staying in Clearwater. So if we can work it out, that's great. Florida's a big place, a lot of good fishing all over the place. Sheepshead are moving in now. It's the winter time, colder water. Now the snapper bite, we were going out primarily for big snapper. I'm talking 15 or 16. That's not the big ones. The snappers that are really good size run upwards of 20 to 23, maybe 24 inches. And these are mangrove snappers, and they come in the bay. The bay is humongous. You can go like 55, 60 miles across it. It's really a piece of the Gulf that just juts in, and it's really Gulf water, it's sea water. There's tremendous shark population down here, in all these waters. So you guys need to be really careful if you're down here fishing. It's really dangerous. So you want to have your wits about you. Even if you're wading, I am very careful where I go. I watch. Always have a knife on me, but you never know anything can happen. So just be very careful and cautious. I usually go in my knees, a little bit above my knees. I don't have to go in real deep. I cast pretty far. And, if the wind's behind me, it's that much less of an effort. So all my life I've been that way. I've done some stupid things and foolish things, but the older you get, the smarter you get, hopefully. Maturity sets in and wisdom sets in and says, you don't do those stupid things no more. So anyway, but we had a great time, and we're planning to do some more fishing together. Now, I wanted to continue about we talked about surf fishing last week. Now that I'm in Florida, I keep some of my gear down here. I keep my saltwater gear down here. And I had talked to you about my dive. Well, I've got only a couple reels that I would attempt to do surf fishing with if I really wanted to get out of distance. And I had talked to you about my dive. Well, I've got only a couple reels that I would attempt to do surf fishing with if I really wanted to get out of distance. This is how it comes. It comes in a nice bag, real nice bag. And this is a horse of a reel. It's a big reel. I believe it's all aluminum and stainless. It's got, let me straighten this out. All right, here we go. This is a big reel. This is my hand. This is a big reel. Look at the spool, guys. Look at that spool. This holds over 500 yards. I have 30-pound Power Pro on here. This holds over 500 yards. It gives the, let me see if I can see it here, what it says on here. I don't even know if they still make this anymore now. Let me see. In your, looking here. I can't make it out too good. But this is a very nice reel. I will admit that. Smooth as anything. I mean, look at that, how far out it goes. This thing will cast a mile. A really good gearing system, anti-reverse. Very nice. Very nice reel. It's a big one, and this is mainly for surf. So hence the name Surf 6000. And they give you a nice fighting handle. You've got the Daiwa inscription on there. It's funny though. I thought the reel looked invincible. I was going to get a lot of years out of it. Well, not in the MONTAUK surf. MONTAUK surf is so wicked that it has a ton of sand in it, like all surfs, but it's so wicked and so hard on equipment that the first morning we were out there, I'm in water maybe up to my middle of my thighs, but the waves are crashing at me, hit me over my shoulders, the splash and so forth. And lo and behold, one of the reels completely locked up. It was underwater quite a bit. And if you're in the surf and your reel can't take being underwater, you've got the wrong reel. They've since made many reels. They're expensive, some of them. Pen Slammer are fabulous. The the gearing system in these reels are really been IP67 waterproofed, where they can stand being underwater, not for a long time, but for extended periods of time, but have great sealing. Tons of O-rings in a lot of key places, and these are really good seals. The Slammer series are excellent. I love my Van Stalls. When this reel failed on me, I went ahead and took the plunge. I spent over $600, and we bought some Van Stall reels. And to this day, they have never failed me. They've been underwater in the sand, literally buried in the sand, and just put them in the water and start reeling like nothing. They were totally waterproof. And this was before, this is, I believe, before Zepco bought out Van Stall, and they had them made in China. So there's some stuff that's foreign made that is not to our exact precision that we have here in the United States. We are precision oriented. We make a quality thing, quality. But it is what it is. Oh, but let me answer this. Griff's family, get that bottom. Yep. You just hooked up I got it right back there this morning at 8 o'clock. I was there when he opened up, and I brought it to him because I want to get right back out there on the water. The boat ran so well, really. Yeah, did I not say Chance? You said, oh yeah, Chance McGriff. I'm sorry, I may not have pronounced that right, but yeah, no, his name is Chance McGriff, and I might have sounded different. I'm sorry about that. We had a blast. We just had a blast. It was a good time, and he's busy at work next week. He's got a new job he's working with, and I said, well, I guess you're out of commission next week. He said, nope. You make sure you call me. So he's got his priorities right. We're going to be doing some fishing together. Absolutely. Absolutely. And anyway, his last name Griffs. Oh, maybe so. Maybe so. I said McGriffs. I thought it was McGriffs. Nevertheless, we had a good time, and I'm looking forward to doing some more. But coming this March, April, May, and I think it's June, the snapper bite's going to really start exploding in the bay when they come in. It's spawning time. So I'm just learning now, being in Florida so much now. I'm starting to learn the bond. I'm doing what I'm preaching to you. I'm doing what I'm preaching to you guys. Do your homework. I'm checking on the biology, asking a lot of questions on what's coming up, what's going to be hitting. Now, snapper bite is going to be awesome coming up. I really hope we catch those 20 and 22 inches. I've got a lot of marks. I'm using a Lowrance HDS 111. It's an excellent bottom machine. It's only too deep, but it works okay. We're scanning the bottom. I like side imaging, but I'm going to do what I can do. And this worked really good. Chance was real good at working on the machine with me. And we have a lot of marks on there from my father-in-law, Tom. He's been a fisherman for many, many years. And he's another fishing nut like us. And he's got a lot of waypoints on there. Thank God he didn't erase them. And I'm able to work off of them. And we were right in a lot of the areas where he had marks. So, and these are good rock piles. And that's, Chance really was much more experienced than I was on the machine, reading this Lowrance. And so deciphering the bait, deciphering fish on the bottom, deciphering the rock piles, and that's a big thing. So if you're not sure about your machine, let me say this. Ask for some help. Bring it into some of the bait stores or some of these guys that work on it. They'll hook it up to their electricity, and they'll walk you through some scenarios. Check out the tutorial videos from all the manufacturers, Humminbird included, Lowrance, Rain Marine. There's so many good makes out there. Spend the time. If you got a boring evening, you got nothing to do, check it out. Get some of that under your belt. And I've been doing that. I've watched some really good videos from Humminbird on my side imaging machine. I have a 997 SI up in Tennessee. I'm dying to bring it down here, but I've got to do some different wiring on my boat. But if I can make it compatible, I'd like to use the Humminbird as well as the Lowrance side by side, so you can get a real accurate view of what you're looking at. Now, another reel that I fished with, I want to talk to you about this. I'm a big Shimano man. I've had Shimano for many, many years, invested a lot of money in Shimano. Now, years ago, I talk about Southeastern fishing tackle liquidators on North Florida Avenue in Tampa. I met Vince and his brother Mike, great guys, and they've been there forever, and they've had everything I want in fishing. I buy most of my terminal tackle. And then originally when I met him, I bought a whole series of reels from Shimano called Spheros. It's an exceptional mate specifically for the salt water. And I got to tell you, I've never had a down day with any of them other than regular servicing and maybe an occasional bearing here or there. They have been relentless machines that work excellent. Now I want to show you this one here. This is the older style Spheros. It's like a graphite body. This is aluminum here. Just smooth as can be. This one has 30-pound Power Pro on it. This is a Sphero 6000 FB. This was the better one back in the day. And I don't know what the yardage is on it. Let me see if they give a braid thing here. I'll give you guys an idea. Where's braid here? Line capacity, diameter. Okay, here we go. I believe it starts off with .30. 30-pound braid here is less than that, I believe. But at .30 millimeters, they claim 270 yards. That's more than enough. I know I like to load it up too. We think unless you're out there cuda hunting or wahoo out in the open water, you might want to take something like this. And look at the difference in the reels. Give me a break. This thing is like almost double that, if not double. This would be great on a boat too if I'm trolling and I got a big kingfish or wahoo and he decides to peel line. Peel it. He can peel 200 yards. I still have 300. How you doing, Mr. Bass Boosted Madness? When you guys come on boards, do me a favor. Just put down where you're from for the guys that are watching and the ladies that are watching, so we know where our audience is. And thanks for hooking up. But these have their obviously you can put a left hand or right hand. You can flip the handle, which is really really nice. I fish primarily with. This one hasn't seen a lot of use. That's why it's in such fantastic condition. I have a lot of these, but I bought every one all the way up through 8,000 series, and I've used them. The 4,000 I've used. First of all, they have a smaller body. I liked it. This is for a 6,000 reel. This is a relatively. There's my hand. I put up above it. This reel is really a rather small 6,000 frame, which really turned me on to Spheros. And they were made particularly because of salt water. They got great gearing. They've got splashed on so many times, and I never got water inside the reel. They've been holding up fantastic. But this has been fun. I cast good with these. They just have nice line pickup. They have a very decent bail arm here. I like this. I like this bail spring. This is nice. It's not flimsy. Look at the one here on the. Look at this sucker. This is an animal. That is a really good bail arm. I like this. I like bailless reels, particularly. My Van Stalls are all bailless. I like that the best because it's one less part you got to worry about. But this is a heavy duty one. A little lighter gauge, but very still substantial bail. I like that. I don't mind if the reel's a little more heavier. I know if you're doing a ton of casting, it's a pain in the neck, but very nice. Very nice. I am not disappointed. The new Spheros are nice, but I don't need them. I've had these other ones probably now going on 15 years, and they're still going strong. So now I've retired a bunch of my Spheros, and now I bring them into freshwater. I brought them up to Tennessee waters. I'll probably get another 15 years out of them because I had to start servicing them. And when I started, I haven't serviced them in 12 years. I know you shouldn't be doing that. You should be servicing them, but I would just grease them and oil them lightly, and they never got water in there, so they were really very watertight. That was one of the first ones that they really came out that was almost waterproof, and they did very, very well. So I've had them underwater too many times that I can remember. Eric B., how are you doing, buddy? That's another one of my great friends that subscribe to our channel, and I met him over here at right here in Palm Harbor, over here up at what they call off the Anclote River. And we fished together. We became friends, and we regularly see each other, and we fish. He's great catching pompano and permit. I mean, these guys really have it down. They're just great people. And this is an example of what I've been telling you guys, that you meet all kinds of folks. Eric is a great guy, and we hit it off well on the water, just have a mutual respect. And there's etiquette on the water. If somebody's casting, we're careful not to cast over. These are things you learn as you go along. It really is important to respect the other guys. Too many times, I'm sure you guys can all tell me stories. You guys live all parts of the country, all parts of the world. Now, when you fish, not everybody abides by the rules. And these are the unwritten rules. It's called manners, it's called etiquette. Just basic caring for the next individual. Hey, the guy's casting. Well, give him a chance. Look at that. He went fishing at John's Pass this week. 18-inch pompano. Way to go, bro. Well, I don't want to break your bubble, but believe it or not, I'm not near the good pompano fisherman that he is, but I caught a big one like that hit almost 24 inches, a pompano, right there in the canal where we fished. So just to let you know, that was a lucky one for me. But there are big pompano out there. Congratulations on that. Good eating fish. When I do these videos, guys, and these are the fish that I catch. They are fabulous. Today I did a thing. I had 3 types of fish in it, but one of the fish was what I caught. The other 2 I bought. It had speckled trout. This is before the ban was on speckled trout. That was caught February of 19, and I did it in that video today, and that'll be airing hopefully tomorrow if I get it all done tonight. And that was absolutely delicious. If you brine it right, and I did a video on brining too, you guys need to check it out. But once it's brined, I give it a couple days in the refrigerator, then I rinse them out real good, pat them as dry as I can on a towel, and then I vacuum seal them. Let me tell you, they taste like you just caught them. Meat is fresh and firm, and that's what you want it to be like. Oxidation hasn't occurred, but you gotta have a good vacuum seal. But people like Eric and others that I've met fishing, it's just great. I got friends literally all over the country that I've met fishing, and I keep up with. So when I'm in their area, I call them. I say, "What's the bite? What's the bite like? What's coming down the pike?" And I try to get my trips where the bite is on. So that's really what I'm looking for. So if you guys can keep us posted here at Fishhook, where there's a good bite, when it's coming, or like a yearly bite, when it's going to be in full swing, let us know, because I'm going to be headed back up to the Great Lakes again to do some fishing up there, and want to get there when there's a good bite going on. I just don't have the time to stay a week at these places. I'd love to. I'd love to spend a whole summer up in the Great Lakes. I love it. I love it up there so much. Now, hopefully Friday I'll be back in the bay, and I hope to have some more videos for you guys. It's been a busy week. I'm filming now with my GoPro. I have a GoPro 8. I bought it back last October, and GoPro finally. This was I think a failure of GoPro. I think they were under pressure to get out a new camera to compete against the DJI and others and Garmin's cameras. So they came out with the 8. The 8 is fabulous. Twice the image stabilization. It's 2 times the 7. The 7 was a ginormous jump. So I have a 3 block and a 7 block, and the 7's been giving me issues. I've had to replace. I'm on my 3rd one now. This is my 3rd GoPro. Twice it got replaced already after I returned the original. This one seems to not have near as many problems as the previous one. And anyway, but I'm filming with that, and I'm filming with the 8 black, and it's remarkable color on there, remarkable clarity, and image stabilization is just unbelievable. I have it on my windshield. I have a center console, and on top of my windshield, I have two special hookups. And so I had one GoPro facing one front, one face back, and that Hero with all those up and down. There's a chop in salt water. It really did exceptional. Now, Eric, able to cook pompano for 12 people. Way to go, man. Very nice. Very nice. Proud of you. Proud of you. Keep up the good work, man. Well, Lord knows maybe you might have to give me some of your pompano. He's caught so many pompano. It's ridiculous. Him and the Doc's jig. That dude has got it down, and it's just fun. I learn. I look at techniques. I look at the way these guys cast it, the way they work their jig. No one has it all figured out, but I'm telling you, there's a secret to this. You develop a good routine, a good method, a good technique. There's never such a thing as it can't be done or you don't catch fish on this. Baloney. You'd be surprised. I use freshwater, largemouth bass lures, and I catch saltwater fish. They, in saltwater, let me tell you what the rule of the jungle is. It's eat or be eaten. And when the bite is on, they are chomping down. I caught bluefish that just annihilated my top water. It could have been a banana was floating on the surface. They went for it. When they're hungry, it's like they're in heat. They're out of control. They strike anything that moves. I had an exceptional day. I think Eric was there that day. Eric, you'll remember. Top. I was the only guy fishing top water. I had done the fishing below for Pompano and Permit. They were hit or miss, and everybody was catching. Very few. I didn't want to waste a lot of time doing that because I love top water. It's my middle name. So I pulled out some top water mirror lures, and let me tell you, I landed 15 jacks in a row, all good size, 5 to 8 pounds, big ones. And man, I was wore out. I mean, I got probably 20 to 22, 23 hits. I lost those and landed 15 of them. And everybody saw me over there. It was about a period of about 2.5 hours. It was out of control. But the top water bite was outstanding with the explosions. Oh my goodness. Previous in the week, we caught a big 24-inch mackerel, and you could see the silhouette. The thing came out of the water and dove down and crushed that top water. So I caught 3 macs in a row that day. So that was only 2 days prior. So that's what I'm saying. You don't know. You got to have an assortment with you, and you pull out, and lo and behold, you catch all kinds of fish. You just don't know. In fact, where Eric was fishing at John's Pass, that's near. It's called John's Pass. That is the place in Florida, but it's right up alongside Madeira Beach. So I'll give you guys a little bit of a geographical fix on it. It's at Madeira Beach, and John's Pass is what empties into the Gulf there. Well, there's a bridge there, a really cool drawbridge that opens up for the big sailboats and the boats that have a mast, big tall mast. And you catch a lot of things in John's Pass, and there's a big ginormous rocks on either side. You can stand down on there. It's a violent current. They tell people not to swim there. But let me tell you, that top water bite, it was ridiculous. I'm working on producing that video right now so everybody can see that. And I caught one of my biggest snook over there on a subsurface. But on top water, I've had so many hits over there and so many runs on fish that broke my line. That's a major pass. People go out of there for grouper. Grouper come in there. You can fish underneath the bridge when the tide's a little bit low. You can walk to the bridge for the water gets about 4 or 5 feet deep over there, so you got to be careful walking across. And you stand on there and you can fish right there in the pass. It is just a phenomenal place to go fishing. Big stripers. Stripers. Big fish, big snook. I meant to say snook. Big snook and some big grouper come in there, and if you can get them, that's the place where you're going to get a trophy-sized fish. Those are big waters there, and it's the channel, and you got to see the fishing boats that go out of there. And if you leave John's Pass and you go to the right, that's Madeira Beach there, and you can fish from the beach. It's so much fun. So many people come from all over the world. I've met so many great people. Really good time. Really good time. But this week's not over. I hope to have a lot more videos coming and produced down here. I want to catch up on my fishing videos down here. The weather's been holding up, and maybe Eric will do some fishing together if you want to. I think it would be good. But I've enjoyed it. Today is not as long as the other times. I wanted to finish up some subjects I had from the previous videos. And usually I have a lot of notes, but I will, next week, maybe we'll talk a little bit more about, I'll show you a cool little box I have. My friend Jerry, got another friend I met fishing here. He's a resident down here. He's used to live in New York, and now he lives down here for the last 15 years. Made me a really cool lure box where I keep my top water lures in with a strap, and I'll show you some of the garb. But the Hodgman waders that I'm using now have been fabulous, absolutely fabulous. They're holding up. They're rough and tough. They take abrasion beautiful. So it's been good. It's been good. And my gunsmith, change the subject for a minute, my gunsmith in Nashville just told me he got done with my 30-06. This is my dad's. I will, when I'm back in Tennessee, I want to show you guys some of the guns. I had a beautiful Vortec 4 to 24 by 50 scope put on a Strike Eagle. Excellent, excellent scope. Had it put on my dad's 30-06, and this was part from my grandfather's time in 1918. This was made in November of 18. It was sporterized. They put a whole new stock on it, gorgeous stock. And when they did that, the receiver and the barrel, the gunsmith called me and said, "This is one of the best jobs I've ever seen." It was a real professional that did this. Now, I don't know if my dad had it done or he bought it that way, but they took the old stock off from the war and they made it more modernized. They changed the barrel and they left obviously the receiver and the triggers all original. And it says right on the side, U.S. property, Eddie Stone, made November of 1918. I mean, what kind of history is that? That's awesome. It's sentimental and it's historical, and I want to hunt with it. So they put that on for me, and he said when he mounted the scope, we put a Picatinny mount on there, that it was perfectly level. He says very rare do they get that. This dude knew what he was doing, whoever sporterized it. And they shot, the guy called me yesterday and said that he took 3 shots out of it. They have a range there. And I didn't know this, but this is a real nice, it's Royal Gun Range in Bellevue, Tennessee. It's West Nashville. But this was awesome because with the range, I didn't know they test their guns out. And he told me to take some shots and see if it's shooting straight, if the scope is mounted right. They did 3 half-inch groups at 50 yards, which is excellent. Excellent. So I'm looking forward when I go back. We're going to sight it in the woods. I have him putting on a couple of the holders for the sling. I forgot what they're called, the little screw-in ones. He's going to drill it for me and tap it. And he's going to tap my stock. And I've got a really cool sling already bought for that gun. And I'm ready. And we've got good gun cases now that we bought to carry it and protect it when we travel. So there's going to be hunting and fishing excursions coming down the pike now. It's all in the works. Now, Eric, what did you say? For sure you'll be, this week in Daytona. Eric, you getting around, bro. I haven't fished Daytona. I fished down there at the, I forget that pass, Sebastian Inlet. Oh, surf fishing with Pompano and Whiting. Yeah, Whiting is awesome, man. I'll be making a hunting video. Probably coyote hunting is coming up. It'll be out of West Tennessee. But that'll be in Tennessee. I don't have any of my guns down here. But that looks like it'll be coming up. And some small game. I have a 12 gauge. So we're just going to change the barrel on it and do small game with that. So we'll be shooting varmints and rabbit with that. And anything else that looks edible. We're going to be hunting. And then deer season will be coming up again. But coyote is coming. Turkey season is coming in Tennessee. So I'm getting ready for that. So that's going to be exciting. So all these things are in the works to get the hunting part of our channel off the ground. And I'm going to try to be a little more time conscious. So when I do these videos, I'll try to, within a day or two, get them up and get them online so you guys can see what we're doing. But I'll keep you posted. Now, Mr. Keep It Clean Edits, give me your first name too, if you don't mind. I know that's your channel name, but are you going to be in Clearwater? I'm in. I'm in Florida every month. I go. I usually a couple of weeks here, a couple of weeks back in Tennessee. So I'm flip flopping. So every month, yes, I am in Florida. Hopefully, Christian. Okay. Hopefully, it'll be good time. So email me the time that you're going to be in there. Email me the time that you're going to be in Florida. You've got my email address. Let me give it to you guys again, just in case you don't have it. Bishop2019 at gmail.com. Email me that, Christian, and I'll get with you, and then we can exchange phone numbers and we can hook up. I'm sure you're coming down with your family. We can hook up and maybe have a bunch of fun fishing and maybe get a bite to eat afterwards. That'll be good. We're gonna have a good time. It doesn't make a difference if you're experienced or not. I'll share with you. I'll see what you know, and I'll help you along the way. That's the purpose of this channel, is to help those that are really maybe not or brand new to little experience. I don't care what level you are. Want to share the knowledge with you. It's not private, and it's for guys and girls. And I want to keep everybody informed. If I find a good knot, I have some more knot videos coming. There's usually about 5 to 6 knots that I use for all kinds of fishing, from tying my leader to the line, tying the hook on, tying a lure on, and or whether it's live bait or what. There's certain hooks. There's times when I don't do a snap on or a snap swivel. Sometimes I have a snap swivel. Sometimes I eliminate that swivel. I just do a snap only on certain lures. Other times it's a loop knot, a perfection loop. Other times I have lures. I do a big Palomar knot. Palomar knots are fabulous knots. There's just so many good knots out there. And what else did you say? Can you bring fishing lures on here? Not on the airplane. You got to check them in with your luggage. Check in. Yeah, not carry. Correct. Yeah, let me tell you, once you go through, here's the problem now. If you make that mistake, don't gamble. They'll tell you to throw it out or leave. They won't let you through security. So I'm not giving up anything good. Like when I checked in my gun, I was on a plane about a month ago when I left Florida because my dad was living in Florida. I had to bring 30-06 back to Tennessee to get work done. I bought a gun case for it, and I checked in his luggage, and everything was fine. I went well enough ahead of time to the airport to check it, and I'm glad I did, because just for you guys too that go traveling, and if you have any of your equipment, you have locks on it. The locks, you can buy them at Walmart, so don't get taken at some of these other stores. He's the cheapest around. They have to say TSA approved, and there'll be another lock on there with a TSA code that only they have the key to, and it's a master key, and they're able to open up your locks without disturbing if it's a combination or whatever. So I bought them. These were 2-packs. They were like $12 a piece. It wasn't bad at all. And I had 4. I had about 2 of them because I had 4 locks on my gun. I bought a Pelican case, a V800, really nice case. And when I show you I'll do a review on that, and I'll show you the case. Very, very nicely constructed, very nicely, and took the beating of an airline. It's going to beat it, but make sure you do. Nice. Oh, good. There was a kids fishing tournament at the Anclo Pier. That's one of the piers, guys, that we fish at down here. Very nice. I'm wondering, did anybody catch anything real good, Eric? Let me know before we get off the line. We're going to be getting off here in a couple minutes now. But guys, it's been great to talk to you. Everybody that checked in, I appreciate it. And wow, they gave all the kids fishing month. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, that's the way to do it, though. We've got a big drive now with the game wardens up in Tennessee now. Our company, my plumbing company, we get a donation. They're going to be giving away a ton of fishing rods and everything and get these kids started on fishing. Every kid was winner. Absolutely. Now, Christian, you said what type of fish are down there? As many as you can imagine. Blue. If you want saltwater, there's bluefish, pompano, permit, trout, snook, redfish, drum. You got porgy. You got tons of mangrove snapper. You'll see barracuda. It depending on where you fish. Like in Clearwater, for example, there's a Clearwater pier there that we could fish off. I think you pay a couple bucks, best I remember. And it's a bait house that's on the pier. It's really nice. And there's a lot of people fish there. So hopefully the day we go fishing, if it's not real crowded, let me tell you something. Word spreads around real fast. If you start to catch fish, that pier it's like termites. They'll come out of the woodwork. You'll be shoulder to shoulder, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, you could see down there. I remember when I fished the Clearwater Pier at the very end, you look down, and you can see all the barracuda just milling around because they know there's a lot of food droppings there. And they're just chomping, or they're trying to get your fish. If you snag a pompano or a sheepshead there, they're going to try to get it before you get it out of the water. Yeah, Pier 60, Clearwater, he's right. But it's a really nice place to fish, too. That's the Gulf right there. And it's really good fishing. A lot of times when I put my boat in at Bel Air, Florida, there's a bait store there, Bel Air Bait and Tackle. I did a video on that too. You guys need to check that out. But I put in my boat over there. You got to pay about $6 over there. And I went through the causeway of Bel Air under the bridge. And once I went out the causeway, I made a right at the Gulf there. Clearwater Beach was right there. So it was really cool. Really nice place to be and a lot of good fishing. Oh, man. I don't know if you've ever been here, Christian, before, but Florida's fun. It's so varied from the West Coast is way nicer, in my opinion. On the East Coast, you can go out half a mile and be in 300 foot of water. The ledge is right there. Not on the West Coast. You got to go many, many, many miles out. The Gulf is a lot nicer to fish, warmer water, and it's just a blast. You can go 20 miles out and be in 30 feet of water. It just gradually goes down. Where on the East Coast, it's a drop. It's a shelf there. So you get totally much bigger fish, and you can be with land in front of you. You can be catching wahoo, all kinds of big species. If you ever see the show Florida Sport Fishing, they're out of, I believe, Jupiter. That's the East Coast. That's off the shelf. That's what you see. It's really good. But guys, thank you so much. This has been an awesome evening, and I just wanted to keep you up to date on what we're doing. I will keep you guys posted. Hopefully next Tuesday. I usually do the chatting sessions on Tuesday. Sometimes I do them on Wednesday, depending how busy the week is. But next Tuesday, I'm hoping if we can get, or by Wednesday at least, get another good fishing time in. I want to talk to you about it and hopefully show you some pictures of, hopefully we'll catch some good 15, 16-inch snapper. Awesome eating, great fillet. Snapper's one of the top fishes to get here. Very clear, very white meat, clear white meat, just awesome. If you go into a restaurant down here and you have a snapper dinner, you can be sure you're going to be paying $25 to $35 for a snapper dinner, just to let you know. So guys, thanks so much. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. We want you to be part of the Fish Hook Outdoor family. We've got a lot of exciting things coming. We're brand new. The end of February will make 1 year that I am live on YouTube. And it's really coming along. We're almost at 1,300 subscribers. I want to keep it growing. We're going to have at the beginning of spring, we're going to have a really cool giveaway. But I need to hit minimum 1,500 on the subscribers. I want to grow the channel. So I need some help. All right, and Eric, what'd you say? When you fish a pier, fish the first third of the pier. Good luck. Good luck. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna catch fish anywhere we go. If the fish are running, Christian, we stand a good chance of catching fish, and I look forward to meeting you there, guys. For everybody else that tuned in, thank you. My buddy Nolan up there. I'm in Tennessee. I'm in Florida now, so when I get back to Tennessee, I'll get the lures. Nolan made NB Custom Tackle in British Columbia. Makes fabulous lures and flies. I'm gonna put down his name here. Custom Tackle. MB Custom Tackle in British Columbia. It's a young boy in high school that started his business about 6 months ago, and he's doing a great job. He showed me a lot of samples. It's been awesome. I really am impressed with them, and he showed me how one of the lures fish in the water, they fish good. So hopefully we're going to put some fish on it, and we'll keep you guys posted. So until then, tight lines, and I'll see you guys next week.